on Temple Update, I'll tell you all about Mayor Nutter's second term in office.
And I'm Johnny Mailer. I'll tell you what Temple's next action is in this current ongoing Occupy phenomenon.
Hello and welcome to this edition of Temple Update. I'm Isabel Garcia.
And I'm Foluke Denis. We begin this election with coverage of the 2011 elections. On Election Day, Philadelphians voted for mayor and handed a big re-election victory to Democrat Michael Nutter. Update's Megan McNerney was at Nutter's election night party.
Thank you to all of you for allowing me to continue the work that we've started and for re-electing me to serve a second term as the mayor of the city of Philadelphia.
And with that, Mayor Michael Nutter began his second term as Philadelphia's 98th mayor. Introduced by his daughter Olivia, the West Philadelphia native spoke to a room of more than 200 supporters. He assured them that he will work to improve the lives of every Philadelphian.
I believe that we have now set Philadelphia on a new path, that we have redefined our future, and that we are beginning to realize the true potential of this historic, remarkable city.
The Democratic incumbent defeated Republican candidate Karen Brown with almost 75% of the vote. Brown apologized to her supporters.
I'm sorry that we weren't victorious. And hopefully, in the near future, maybe Michael Nutter will listen to some of our complaints and maybe take them seriously.
Nutter supporters are excited about the next 4 years in Philadelphia.
Going to be able to make a better impact, and actually a lot more people are going to be satisfied with the outcome.
I'm so happy, overwhelmed, because we have a great mayor with integrity, and we're going to move the city forward.
They celebrated his victory here tonight, and tomorrow Michael Nutter will be back at City Hall to get ready for his second term in office. He vows to make the city of Philadelphia the best it can be. Reporting for Temple Update, I'm Megan McNerney.
The college demographic is often seen as a crucial vote when it comes to elections. Temple Update found out what students were doing to get to the polls on Election Day.
I did manage to vote. I try to do that on a regular basis.
I did not vote because change cannot be implemented through voting, and there's no point.
Temple students may be registered to vote in their hometowns, which decreases voter turnout on campus.
There was virtually no one at the polls, and I visited actually 3 poll places. People come from all over, and it's hard to find a polling booth.
Some students have their own reasons why they choose not to vote. Temple sophomore Evan Hoskins believes there are other ways that are more effective to make a statement.
Massive social protests to scream that I wish that my vote counted. And I wish that I had people who would represent me in the government, but I don't. So I guess I have to push for my own representation.
Other students believe it's their responsibility to participate in the voting process in order to contribute to society.
There's always something more, something better that you can do as a citizen in the city and outside the city, and if we don't vote, then how are people supposed to know what we're thinking?
Voter turnout tends to be less prominent in local elections as opposed to the national level. This time next year, the nation will be in the midst of a presidential election.
The search for Temple's new president is on, and the search committee is looking to reach out to the Temple community for input. Meetings have been scheduled with students, faculty, and staff. Topics will range from challenges the new president will face to the qualities candidates should have. The discussions come after current president Ann Weaver Hart's September 9th announcement that she will resign from her post at the end of June.
Temple University police are investigating the robbery of a Temple student on campus. The incident occurred at about 1:30 Wednesday morning near the bell tower. The suspect was armed with a gun and is described as a black male in his late 20s or early 30s, about 6 feet tall with a medium build. Anyone with information should contact Temple Police at 215-204-1234.
The university released a warning to the Temple community after a student was hospitalized, suspected of having bacterial meningitis. Student health services report the bacterial infection is spread by close, prolonged contact with a person infected and can't be spread by casual contact. Its symptoms include high fever, headache, stiff neck, and nausea. Any student with questions should contact Student Health Services.
With the Occupy phenomenon nearing its 2-month anniversary, one student organization has been active in the effort to get Temple students involved in Occupy Philly. Updates Johnny Mailer has the story.
The Temple Democratic Socialist Organization has been keeping busy since the Occupy phenomenon has begun. Back on October 21st, they organized a campus-wide walkout that led to a march down to City Hall to join Occupy Philly. They brought Frances Fox Piven, a political science professor from the City University of New York, to Temple University to hear her take in the Occupy phenomenon.
Everybody is welcome in the occupation. It's the students' country. It's the students' future. When have you last heard about a student movement that reached out to those old unions?
Temple Democratic Socialist President Beth Cozzolino says it's their responsibility to organize events like these.
I think that it's our job to sort of bring big name speakers out so that people who might not have heard about it before can sort of begin to get involved.
On November 17th, Cozzolino and her organization will be holding a rally at the Bell Tower for student issues such as debt and budget cuts. November 17th is a national day of action and also marks the 2-month anniversary of Occupy Wall Street. While protesters continue to fight for what they stand for, Piven has high hopes for the Occupy movement.
I hope to come out of all of this a movement in which ordinary Americans find their voice and find the supports and the resources to actually make an imprint on American politics.
Dr. Piven wanted those in attendance to keep one thing in mind as these Occupy movements continue. It was the question, what do you need to know to win? Reporting from Temple Update, I'm John Mailer.
Temple University has honored 17 faculty members for their contributions to their department and the university. The Office of the Provost and Faculty Senate Steering Committee recognized a staff member from each school at the university during ceremonies at Alter Hall.
Film and Media Arts senior Jasmine Butler has been named the 2011 Innovative Idea Competition winner. Butler won the 14th annual competition by creating a website offering help to support students while in school. MyBillRegistry.com allows students to collect financial contributions to help with school expenses. The website is due to launch early next year.
The Temple community is mourning the death of 2 prominent members of the faculty. The School of Communications and Theater has lost a former chair of the then Radio and Television and Film Department. Gordon Gray joined the university in 1967 and helped the program develop into one of the largest and most widely recognized in the nation. Gordon Gray was said to have 2 loves, his work at Temple and his family. He was 87. Former Philadelphia Inquirer sports writer and journalism adjunct Professor Chuck Newman died suddenly on November 2nd from a heart attack. Mr. Newman covered the Flyers and other sports for the Philadelphia Inquirer for more than 30 years. He would often bring famous sports figures to talk to his classes. He visited our studio each week and became a close friend and mentor to many members of our Temple Update crew. Newman was 79 years old.
Here with this week's health report is Alyssa Paugh. She has information about the truth about the freshman 15.
I do, and this is great for college students to realize. Thanks, Isabel. Although freshmen may have worries about what college has in store for them, gaining the dreaded freshman 15 should not be one of them. A national study done by researchers at the University of Michigan and Ohio State University reported that the 15-pound statistic is actually a myth. In fact, weight gain among first-year students averaged far less than the stereotyped 15 pounds. It's more like 3. And a new study by Cleveland researchers reports that leather football helmets do a comparable and sometimes better job at protecting players from concussions than current helmets. By testing a mix of modern and vintage helmets on crash dummies, researchers simulated impacts at different angles and measured their effects on head movements. Although we won't be returning to leather helmets, the study proves that a softer outer shell might benefit today's model. And Temple students can now learn, connect, and get tips from other students on stress management, healthy living habits, workouts, and much more. Temple Student Health 101 Wellness Magazine is an online publication that students can now access at any time. It offers relationship advice as well as sleeping and time management tips. For more information on the magazine, like Temple Student Health 101 on Facebook. And if you need to work out but are having trouble finding time to get to the gym, one Texas A&M student may have found a solution. Certified personal trainer and former Marine Stephen Tom has figured out a way for students to exercise without ever leaving their dorm room. Deskside Fitness is a 30-minute workout regimen. All you need is a bit of floor space, a bookshelf, a backpack, and a half hour. And guys, this is great for students with busy schedules like us.
Yes, it definitely sounds like a good idea.
Thanks, Alyssa.
Absolutely.
The agricultural program at Temple Ambler's campus just celebrated their 100-year anniversary with a dedication ceremony. I took a trip down to Ambler for the event. It began as a 2-year agricultural trade school.
This was a unique school in that it was for women only originally for about the first 50 years, and nobody was doing that.
The program is remembering its horticultural-based history through the preservation of artifacts.
All types of things that people might want to look back on as the years pass by and say, oh, look what they were doing back in the 40s, 50s, or in 2011. So.
Recently collected items such as scrapbooks, photos, and awards recounting the history of the department will be known as the Hilda Justice Collection.
So please consider the archives and artifacts collections as a place to hold and store your memories so that this history continues.
In addition to the collection, the department also created a book called The Century of Cultivation.
It just was a way of putting our history down in writing so that we didn't lose it.
Mary Ann Fry reminisces about attending Ambler in its last years as an all-women's trade school.
Best 2 years of my life, and that's what so many of the grads say about this school, and it truly was.
The Centennial Celebration highlighted the success of the program through its alumni.
Graduates speak for themselves. We've got so many fabulous graduates.
The Hilda Justice Collection not only documents 100 years of horticulture, but also paved the way for the current School of Environmental Design at Temple Ambler's campus. Here with this week's technology report is Jona Shreeves-Taylor. Jona has information about another new Facebook feature.
Yes, I do. Thanks, Foluke. Facebook is testing out a feature called Trusted Friends that's similar to a scavenger hunt. This application allows the user to give clues to 3 to 5 Facebook friends. If you can't log in, just contact your friends to get the keys for the code to your password. Once you get all the keys, you can enter them into the recovery page and log in. Verizon Wireless has changed its privacy policy. The company is able to track their customers' location, web browsing history, in addition to their customers' gender, age, and other information. Verizon will sell the information without names attached. While most cell phone carriers use customer information, Verizon is the first mobile provider to announce publicly that it is making the information available. Cell phones may soon be flexible. In the last week of October, Nokia presented an electronic device with a screen that was able to bend and twist. Samsung recently said that they expect to have flexible screens in tablets by 2012. Flexible electronics will be more durable and allow for different input methods. The hope is that one day electronic screens will be rolled up. Forget blind dates at Maxie's. 2 Columbia University MBA graduates are bringing back love with Date My School. The meeting and dating website for students and alumni has more than 55,000 members at 600 colleges and universities nationwide. The site is free, anonymous, and members cannot be searched on Google. Seems like a cool website. I might have to sign up for it.
Yeah, you never know who you might meet.
Definitely. Thanks, Jona. Still to come on Temple Update, Kyle Fisher has the recap of last night's football game.
But first, here's Karina Chung with this week's list about the top ways to stay in shape.
Hiking is one of the best forms of exercise that is campus friendly. Not only is it a good workout, getting to class is much faster and efficient. At number 4, adopt a dog. Dogs require their daily exercise. Taking them for a walk is not only beneficial for their health, but also yours. At number 3, find a workout buddy. Having a workout partner is motivating and they'll keep you dedicated to your routine. At number 2, join a gym. Luckily for us students, the IBC is free, stocked full of equipment, and fun instructors that offer motivating classes such as Zumba or spinning. And coming in at number 1, find a sport. There are many club and intramural teams to get involved in on campus. Not only will you be having fun, you'll make new friends who may share some of the same interests. Now that you have some inspiration, get out there and get active. This has been The List. I'm Karina Chung. Temple Update will be back shortly.